Okay, so here's a really good one. Essentially, the stories that you have been told are all lies, nonsensical bull, right? So let's think about what that is and what that means. Distortion of intellect. Let's think about what that's comprised of. So when you went to school, when you watched TV, everything you saw distorted the way you perceived reality. For example, they told you that there was a such thing as dinosaurs. Well, unfortunately, when things break down and die on top of the earth, it turns into dust. It doesn't go into a fossilized, unless it's living in the ground. Then it fossilizes itself in the ground, and its remains can be found like that. But there's no such thing as dinosaurs, and dinosaur bones, for that matter, and the museums are all acrylic casts created by artists. There are no dinosaur bones anywhere. So, unfortunately, you might create a lie for them and say, well, those dinosaur bones are in safekeeping. Unfortunately, you would be incorrect, that they do not exist. So, it's unfortunate, but if you were in the land of silicon trees and they told you that lava was true, what if I told you that lava was all CGI and composted, like quarry waste mounds that they send stuff out of, so send people evacuating areas so they can create real estate, and literally you would leave all your stuff behind and run away, and these people clown you every generation, every few thousand years. Unbelievable how this economy works. But yeah, and then they flood out an area, tsunami an area, and then they take all the old cars and resell them. It's real bad, man. So how this economy works is really kind of atrocious. But yeah, lava, all that, at the center is stalactite caves and stuff. It can't be lava anywhere. They would only be silicon tree stumps and quarry waste mounds, and stop motion animation for lava pouring down a hillside, and CGI for pools of lava with people who are walking next to it, and frivolous fucking hazmat suits that would just smolder and burn them up where they stand. They can't stand next to a pool of lava. It's absolutely insane to think that you can go into an oven and just sit in there next to it that's like 4 ovens hot. It's absolutely insane. So your mind wraps around this as reality, and it distorts your intellect. If somebody told you that you were on a spinning ball and you were traveling through space, then you would be completely confused, because you wouldn't understand shit about how things really work. If somebody told you that, wow, this place is messed up, man. There's nothing good about what's being sold to us on TV, man. Right now, it looks normal. Just turn it off, man. Do yourself a favor and turn off the TV. If there's a such thing as a Great Depression and there's trees everywhere, where's your mind at to think that they could ever have a real, true Great Depression that's not contrived? Think about it. If you have a curfew because of a virus, what difference does it make what time you come outside? See what I'm saying? It's really just absurd. You know what I mean? It's like what they teach us is like it distorts your intellect, so it makes you confused. It's real bad in here, man. I just hope that everybody realizes that they need to get away from all that. And what I hear a lot of times is people will have explanations that come from those sources of mind control. And they'll say, well, isn't that connected to this mind control? Well, if you're not decoding it, then no, it's not connected, bro. You're just being deceived, or whoever you are. But yeah, it's absolutely astonishing. So yeah, think about that. Think about what you've been learning all this time is literally what has distorted your intellect. So you got to start over. You got to realize that there's no such thing as being on a spinning ball in the water, holding itself to itself, spinning through space. It's freaking ridiculous. It doesn't even make any sense. Where we're at doesn't make any sense, but at least it's a miraculous creation, and we don't have to really figure out how it comes together. But normalcy, it doesn't make any sense. It just makes you confused. So you hate your president, but you got to go vote, right? What? You got to go support him. But I hate them. But you're gonna go support them. All right, I'm late. It's like, whoa, it's bad, man. And I see this a lot, and it's so. The only thing that corrects this, guys, is distortion of intellect. The same thing that corrects your libido. The same thing that corrects your mind, your chi centers, your chakra alignment. All the substitutes in the world that we go to for information or medicine or anything are all a ripoff of the sun. You got to realize that the sun is going to change the chemical imbalances of your brain that allow them to enforce information that seems plausible, like this information that we've been receiving, and it takes it and makes it come undone. So then you see it, it's like a big joke. And you watch TV, it's like everybody's just lying, and it's bad. So it's, that's what people need. They need to get their minds correct so they can perceive things correctly, because they just can't perceive shit. And if they think they're perceiving something and they never knew that this was a problem, then shit, they're the worst victims of all. So respecting your elders has got to be like the worst booby trap of all time. Oh, until then, this is Grim Nasty, explaining the impossible, very concise and easy to understand. Welcome to Grim Nasty TV. Until then, when you get awake, follow your fate, not the dinner plate. Stay awake.